Greetings, everyone. I hope that you're doing well within your space and time. I'm Tony Vortex, science, technology, engineering, and math teacher and experimenter, metaphysician, but most importantly, healer. My healing and wellness focus is the mind, overall consciousness. Whether this means developing new ways to relax without the need of drugs or alcohol, or how we can supercharge our minds to withstand environmental and social stressors, becoming that superhuman version of ourselves. Many of you already knew this. Recently, we started a new series where we will take current events and give it a brief metaphysical analysis. This metaphysical analysis is a spiritual spotlight on a person, place, or event, giving a view into the unseen. But know that these analyses are of my opinion alone and do not represent anyone else. This leads us today, we are going to have a conversation about the metaphysics of Katt. Not just any cat, not a Persian or a Siamese, but one who calls himself Katt Williams. Katt Williams, who some look at as a comedian and others as an entertainer, I look at him as neither of those, as those titles seem to be less than the mastery he is able to display to the world. I would say more than anything else, he shows an unrivaled mastery of storytelling. When he serves a dish, it is engaging, thought-provoking, and truth-filled. His career spans decades and has shared stages with some of the best in the business. He has risen to such a level that most shouldn't even be calling him Katt Williams, but Mr. Williams. Put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on my name.
But today we're going to go a bit deeper than just talking about the accolades of Mr. Williams, who did a YouTube algorithm breaking interview on a YouTube channel called Club Shay Shay. If you haven't seen it, the link to the interview will be in the description below. He said a lot in that interview, but overall it was nothing new for those who are familiar with him. For at least the last 15 years, he has been going in, shedding light into the insidious nature of the industry he has been a part of. But the question here is why? Why has he been so overly focused on calling out very specific people and situations? Is he just a bitter old man because of some lost opportunity in his past? Or is it deeper than that? Taking on the burden, the ridicule to shed some light into the strange and unusual of Hollywood. But before we get deeper into the mind of Mr. Williams, let's talk about the attributes of a cat. In metaphysical terms, cats are often associated with mystery, independence, intuition, and a deep connection with the unseen. Their behavior, such as their intense focus and agile movements, is sometimes seen as a physical manifestation of the spiritual awareness that they have. Cats have been thought to possess a unique sensitivity to the supernatural, often depicted as guardians of the underworld, or as beings that traverse the boundary between physical and spiritual worlds. Their tendency to be active during twilight hours symbolizes their connection to the realm of the mystical and the unknown. The cat in Alice in Wonderland is the Cheshire Cat, a character known for his distinctive, mischievous grin and his ability to appear and disappear at will. Is often remembered for his philosophical conversations with Alice and his cryptic, thought-provoking remarks. Metaphysically, the Cheshire Cat can be seen as a representation of the elusive and mysterious nature of reality and consciousness. His ability to appear and disappear at will symbolizes the transient and often illusionary nature of the physical world, as well as the elusive quality of truth and knowledge. The Cheshire's cat's grin, which often remains floating in the air after the rest of him has vanished, is particularly symbolic. It challenges the conventional understanding of reality and existence, suggesting that some aspects of reality may persist even when their physical form is gone. This can be interpreted as a metaphor for the enduring nature of ideas, beliefs, or the essence of a being beyond physical existence. Now back to Mr. Williams. He has painted his own brand of philosophical, thought-provoking ideas, which has allowed the public to view inside the cauldron of Hollywood. To protect his privacy, I'm not going to reveal the most sensitive aspects of what was discovered during my metaphysical analysis. But what I will say, in examining many years of data points from images to commentary, there's a bit of sadness that lies behind the eyes of Mr. Williams. Sadness of this nature tends to come from great pain, which in many cases could be classified as trauma. Not only does this pain seem to be personal in nature, meaning it has happened to him, but he directly or indirectly continues to see it happen to others and is angered by this, as every reminder of this pain reminds him of his own. Some of those who he directly names seem to be directly or indirectly responsible for this pain, and the fact that he continues to see it disgusts him to his core, where he has made it his mission to shed light on it. And the fact that those who have caused or continue to cause certain types of pain get promotions, accolades, and acknowledgement at some of the highest levels within society that they have not earned has Mr. Williams on a crusade. This leads us now to a suggestion that I have for not only Mr. Williams, but for anyone out there who has your own crusade underway. What I'm going to suggest is not to sway you from your crusade because it may be needed. What I'm going to say is for your own internal vortex so that you can be as strong as possible all the days of your life, because as the mind flows, the body will go. When a traumatic event happens within our lives, it creates what I call a schism. This schism at first tends to not be large in outwardly size, but can go deep depending on what has actually taken place. If the schism is not directly targeted to be healed after the event, then in most cases it will grow. It will become larger over time, sometimes even spreading and developing into different forms of schisms that will be displayed outwardly, and the world will have to deal with it in one way or another. What I'm about to suggest does not heal a schism directly, as that is very specific to the person, and there is no two protocols that are exactly alike. But this suggestion will allow you to become greater in who you are. What is it? It is to forgive. Now, some in hearing this will whoop and holler, scream and cackle about that very act. It is not about forgiving the person in the sense of giving them a pass for what they have done. Nope, not at all. What you are doing is forgiving what has taken place so that you can now move on. At this point, it is in your mind, so deeply rooted that you think of that circumstance all the time. It has planted roots deeply within your subconscious mind and bear fruit within your conscious mind. So it has become an infestation. So you are forgiving for you. You are forgiving so that you can move on to greater thought forms, which will transmute to greater actions within life. As I mentioned, where the mind flows, the body goes. If the mind's rivers no longer flow into schisms, deep caverns of past circumstances, then this allows those rivers to flow instead into much needed fertile land where a bountiful harvest can grow. Do not suffer in silence. Someone that I care for who is a Meta-Center supporter, her brother passed away recently. She actually referred this brother to the Meta-Center years ago to try to get him some help. And during that conversation, it was revealed that yes, he needs help. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be on the phone. But he wasn't ready for the help, if that makes sense. He was not ready to actually give up the pain. Do not suffer in silence. Let us say he had two options. Number one being to share the pain, truly share it, to release it, and then work on becoming stronger. Or option number two, hold on to this pain, because this pain is all he has known for many years, becoming more closed in with thought forms that are destructive, and to continue to suffer in silence. So many are choosing number two, to suffer in silence. For humans, this doesn't tend to go well, which is part of the main reason why I opened the Meta-Center's newest location. To give people, no matter their status in life, race, or gender, a place to come to be able to truly relax and get the help needed in whichever way that is. Why? Because I wish something like this was around when I was a young one in this world, attempting to find my way. Do not suffer in silence. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope even more that at least someone learns something that can benefit their life or someone that they know. Until the next time we speak, take care.